Hello, my name is Nora Kamen. I am a teaching and learning librarian at LSBU. And today I'm just going to be going over how you can find some resources if you don't have your LSBU login. So the way that you're going to find these resources is by using your Open Athens account and by looking at some freely available databases. So first of all, you do have access to several open source databases. So these are databases that have freely available articles in them. There's Biomed, Cochrane Library of Systematic Reviews, Campbell Collaboration, TRIP, Core, and PubMed. You will be able to find freely available articles within these databases and do a fairly regular search just as you would do in the library databases. Now you could just use the URL that's here on this PowerPoint to get into these databases, or you can just use a search engine like Google or whichever one you prefer and type in, say for instance, Biomed databases and find the link that way. Next way that I'm going to show you to find resources today is by using your Open Athens account. And you should be associated with a hospital or a trust. If you're not really sure whether your Open Athens account is associated with the trust, you will need to contact the NHS library associated with that hospital, okay? Or there may be another one that is not necessarily the hospital that you're working with that may also be able to help you. So this is how you can make Open Athens work, basically, but you should be able to get that access through that hospital or trust. So once you know that you have that, you're going to search for the title of the article that you're interested in PubMed. So you can just type the title into PubMed, then click on the link that takes you to the database for that resource. And you will see within that database a login screen. So you're going to log in then using Open Athens. And then when you're asked to put in an institution, you just choose the hospital or trust associated with your Athens account. And whatever username and login either the trust has given you or the university has. So it may be that the university one won't work, the password and login, and you'll have to get one from the hospital or trust. But either way, again, you should be able to have access. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out some of those databases first. So I want to go through TRIP, let's say, to find some articles. So if I type in TRIP database and search, the first thing I get here is TRIP medical database, which is what I want. And TRIP allows you to do a couple of different kinds of searches. You could use this main search here and say something like diabetes and insulin, and then click search. Or you could do a PICO search. Again, we could do diabetes and insulin, and obviously you can make this a lot more complex. You can add comparator and outcome, things like that. But let's just go ahead and do a search, a simple search with diabetes and insulin. So there we go. We've got now lots of different kinds of resource listed here. Not necessarily all of them are journal articles, though. So if I go to where it says here, too many results, I can refine these down. Maybe I want to look at controlled trials. I know that those are going to actually be journal articles. So there I can click on that. And now I should be able to open these. It says full text available from Trip Pro. So this might not actually be available to me because they'll want me to pay. Let's see if there are any that are available here, not through Pro. Okay, there's some that are just abstracts. This is taking me into PubMed. So if I did want this article, I still should be able to get it, even though it's available through the Pro version, just by clicking on full text. And now we can see the article. Let's see if we can grab the PDF. There, we've got the full thing. Okay, so even if you don't have Trip Pro, you should be able to get the full article. Okay, so that's Trip. You can also use Cochrane Systematic Reviews. So we'll go to the Cochrane Library of Systematic Reviews now. And the link we want here is the one that says Cochrane Library, Cochrane Reviews. All right. So there's a lot on this page. You don't necessarily need to use any of it. You don't have to browse by topic if you don't want to. That's just there to help you out a little bit. But you could just start doing your search right here in the search field, or you can click on Advanced Search. Open that. And you can see you've got the same fields, just like you do in the library databases, where you can start typing in key terms and alternative terms. We can add some more search terms if we want to. And you can also do things like use mesh terms or do a Pico search if you'd like. Now I already have a search saved here, so we'll say that I'm satisfied with that. So I'm going to click Run Search. And Cochrane breaks things up for me so I can see if there's any systematic reviews on the topic that Cochrane has done. So if I wanted to look at that, I could click on the title or the free access a link within the article just so I could see the whole thing. Or if I'm interested in primary research, I could click on the tab here that says Trials. And then I can look through the trials that are available. Let's say I'm interested in reading one of these. So I just click on the title. And it will just show you usually the abstract. You'll have to click on the link to where that article sits to read it. So it's in PubMed. So I click on that link there. And here it is in PubMed. As you can see, it's just showing you the abstract. And if you want the full thing, you need to scroll down here. And where it says linked out more resources. So if we open up Medline Plus, that's going to show us the full document, whatever it is. And it looks like this one is not really the normal sort of article that you might be interested in. So let's go back. We can open up a different one. So let's go ahead and let's look at this one right here. Again, I'm just going to click on the link for PubMed. And there is a link here that says full text. And it's really nice when you see ones that say that because you know that it's going to be a freely available article. Click on the full text link. It's got free access here. I could just start reading the whole thing. You've got next and previous buttons, or you've got this PDF link here if you'd like to read it in its PDF form or print it out. Okay, so all of these resources we've looked at so far are freely available. Going back to our PowerPoint, just so you know, you can use more besides just TRIP and Cochrane. That's all we've looked in so far, as well as it did link out to PubMed, but you do have CORE available to you, Campbell, and Biomed, and they all work in very similar ways. Okay, so let's say, for instance, we didn't have access to an article because it wasn't open access like these others have been. So I'm just going to open up PubMed, and I already have an article that I wanted to search for. So I'm just going to paste it in there. You could type in the name if you wanted to, if you knew what you were looking for. And this one, it tells me, is available in Elsevier. I might want to scroll down to the bottom of the page, see if it's available anywhere else, just in case. So it is. It's also available in Clinical Key. Sometimes your Open Athens account will get you through to one of these and not the other. So it's always good to have a look through both just to make sure. So I can click on Clinical Key, and that'll open up the article for me. And I may not have access to this full thing, and it looks like it does want me to log in to see the whole article. So I can click on Login at the top of the page. And I don't have an account with Elsevier. So I'm going to click on Open Athens Login. All right, so here's where you need to type in your email address or username associated with your Open Athens account, as well as your password. And then you just want to search for the hospital or trust that you have your account with. Let's say, for instance, we are associated with Queen Elizabeth Hospital, King's Lynn. I would click on that, and yeah, then they just want my username and password. And then I should be able to get that article. All right, so that's how you use your Open Athens account. If you have any further issues getting into Open Athens or using those freely available databases, you can go to your subject guide and set up just an appointment with a librarian, and we can hopefully help you and walk you through using some of these resources. So to get to your library guide, it's freely available on the internet. You don't need to log in with LSBU. You could just type into Google LSBU and then subject guides. All right, and the link you're looking for is this one that says Home, Subject Guides, Library and Learning, LSBU Library. And this is the home page for the subject guide. So we just scroll down until you find the subject that you're studying. So let's say it's nursing. And if you go to the Training and Support tab at the top of the page and just click on the main tab there, here is the Book a Library Appointment link. So you can click on that and book an appointment with one of us. We do phone appointments or team appointments, whichever way you prefer to utilize us. And if you have a question, just a burning question you need answered straight away, you can email us at askalibrarian at lsbu.ac.uk. All right, so good luck, and do contact us if you need any help. Thanks so much for watching.